Hello, welcome back to Just Smell Better, the best fragrance channel in the world. I'm so excited for this video because I got 4 of the brand new, most hyped up fragrance releases, cologne fragrance releases, and I'm so excited to finally have them in my hands to do a first impressions video and a little bit of a review. We got finally the brand new Rasasi Hawas Atlantis and Rasasi Hawas Viper. These came out like 2 months ago and I couldn't find them anywhere. No one was selling them, but they're finally on the TikTok shop. So finally I have every single Rasasi Hawas. But we also got the brand new Game of Spades double bonus. This one also came out like maybe 2 weeks ago and it finally arrived. And we got this one called Game of Spades Topaz, which I'm pretty sure came out like at least a few months ago, but I just never picked it up. So let's see which one of these new releases is the best one, which ones are actually worth it, and which ones are complete trash. Without further ado, let's start unboxing. I want to start with one of the new Rasasi Hawases just because I've been waiting for this one for so long. By the way, don't forget this Friday, Black Friday on smellbettersamples.com. Use code Black Friday for 25% off your entire order. So if you want to sample any of these brand new colognes before you commit to a full bottle, code Black Friday for 25% off. Thank you very much. Let's see what this brand new Atlantis smells like. It better be worth the hype after all that time waiting for it, and it costs $60. A little bit overpriced for a Hawas, I'm not gonna lie, but it is brand new. I'm sure it's gonna go down in price. It is a beautiful bottle, one of the best looking Hawas bottles with this dark blue, a little bit of a green on top. It looks pretty cool. But let's see if it smells pretty cool too. Let's check it out. Okay. I like it, man. I like it. Really nice. It doesn't smell pretty similar to any other Hawas. Most of these Hawases are really synthetic, you know, they can smell pretty cheaply made, and this one's a little bit more smooth and subtle. Ooh, I like it, man. It gives you like this playful vibe while still smelling masculine and a little bit like fruity. I don't know what type of fruits it has. It's not your classic like apple, your bergamots, your lemons. It's a little bit more on the maybe tropical side, but don't think Hawas tropical, man. This is not another Champagne clone, I'm pretty sure. Don't know what this clones or if it clones anything at all, but if it does, then that fragrance is pretty goated, man. I like this smell. I'm truly impressed for right now. The main takeaways: not as synthetic as Rasasi Hawas Eyes or the OG, not as sweet, but still a little bit of sweetness mixed in there with some masculinity. This smells like it's made for a man, and one of those that is actually wearable because it's still mass appealing. So I do like it, man. Again, I don't know what this clones or if it even clones anything at all, but I do like this Hawas. Definitely better than probably Rasasi Hawas Verde. Like Hawas Verde, it's good, probably more wearable, but this one is just a little bit more unique while still smelling pretty good for my personal taste. So I do like it. First impressions, it's probably gonna be like a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, definitely on the better side of these Hawases, man. I'm really impressed. Hopefully it has good performance and longevity, and hopefully it smells as good on my skin. We're starting off with a banger, an 8 out of 10 for first impressions. You guys know that is really high for my standards. Let's continue the positive vibes, man. Let's hope this one is just as good. We got the newly released Game of Spades double bonus. So if you don't know, Game of Spades bonus is similar to Louis Vuitton Pacific Chill, and I believe this one is similar. It does not clone, it does not replicate Meteor, but it smells similar to Louis Vuitton Meteor, which is pretty interesting because I just recently got Colognes Shika Snow, which is their inspired by a version of Meteor, and I do love that one so much. So let's see if this one is worth a little bit of the price increase. This, I picked it up for I believe $80, which compare that to Shika Snow by Colognes, which is $35 right now on the TikTok shop. But you guys know I do love Game of Spades, man. These are like my top 2 clone brands in my collection. I got every Hawas and I almost have every Game of Spades, so one more to the collection is not gonna hurt anyone. And it is a pretty cool bottle, man. Another blue fragrance. This one has a little bit of a white bottom instead of a green top. It's a pretty nice bottle, man. But again, let's see if the smell is also pretty nice. I'm kind of matching the bottle, I just realized, so it better be good, man. It better be good. Let's see this beautiful atomizer. It does smell similar. Does smell similar, obviously, to Meteor, to Shaka Snow. I'm not gonna lie, this one on the opening, not as good as Colognes. Not as good as Colognes, man. It's a little bit more alcoholic, a little bit more synthetic, which I do understand. When you open a brand new cologne, it can smell like a lot like alcohol, so you gotta let it sit down for a little bit. But Colognes didn't smell like that, so I'm confused why this one does a little bit more. Still pretty nice, man. I just love this DNA so much. One of my new favorites, especially for the gym and to just go out. Like I said, so easy to wear, so versatile and mass appealing. I don't get as much cleanness on this one than I do on Colognes, if that makes sense. A lot of people were saying that the Shaka Snow smells too powdery, too much like baby wipes, but I kind of like that. You know, that's what gives Meteor that clean vibe, and this one doesn't do that as much. So maybe you might be a bigger fan of double bonus for that reason, but I think I prefer Colognes Shaka Snow over this one. And not only for the price, I think that one's just a little bit more smooth and likable. Not that big of a difference though for the average nose to like tell them apart, or for you to like hate one and love the other one. So I'll give it its props, man. It definitely smells like what it's supposed to smell like, but I don't think it's worth the price increase. And I think the cheaper one, it's a little bit better, so I'm gonna give it, for that reason, a 6.5 out of 10. It smells good, but the cheaper alternative is better, so I can't really recommend it to you guys as much as I wish. So now let's go to the other new Hawas. This one is called Rasasi Hawas for him. Viper. I'm scared of this one, man. I'm scared of this one. I feel like it's gonna be their take on like a really strong, woody, dirty, incensey smell. So hopefully not, or hopefully if it is, it's a nice wearable smell, man. I'm not against this type of DNA, but it's got to be properly done. Here it is. Okay, the bottle looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. It does have some texture in it, like a snake skin, like a viper. So let's check out Rasasi Hawas Cobra. We're spraying this one on my sleeve. Let's see how it smells like. It is, bro. It is an instantly strong masculine fragrance. Oh no, really strong. Resembles a little bit of initial blessed baraka, but not as smooth, not as sweet, not as pleasing to the nose. This one's a little bit harsher. It does have way more incense than blessed baraka. It does have a little bit of cinnamon in there, which gives it a sweet tooth, but most of it smells like pomada, you know, like lotion, body lotion that you would put when your muscles, your bones hurts, or like you blew out a candle, you know, like really smoky. Like the name Viper actually represents it well. This is a way better representation of the smell than Rasasi Hawas Cobra, which you would think smells like this, but in reality it's just Louis Vuitton imagination. This is a better version of Afnan Supremacy incense, which is really like strong, headache inducing and synthetic. I'm still not gonna wear this one like crazy because, like I said, this type of smell, it's just not for me. Like I don't find any occasion for me to wear it, and I'd better go for another type of style over this one. But it is on the better side of that set style. So I don't know, man, if you're looking for like, this is the most unique slash niche smelling fragrance from Hawas. A lot of people give that title to Hawas Black, but this one has overtaken it for sure. It does not smell like a designer fragrance, not safe, not a safe blind buy. So this one's the one that you sample before you commit to a full bottle, because it is risky, man. It is risky. Not too bad though, not too bad. So I'm definitely gonna have to give it a try, and hopefully it does not overwhelm me, it does not choke me out, and it does not give me a headache. So first impressions, for the fact that it has impressed me for what it is, for the style that it is, and it is unique, I'm gonna have to give it like a 6 out of 10. Same as this one, man, same as this one, but this one is for the reason that it's unique. But the final one, we got Game of Spades Topaz. I'm not sure what this one clones, but I just realized this one is 90 milliliters instead of 100. I don't know why they did that, but it's whatever, man. Let's end it off on a positive note. Hopefully this one is the best one so far. Here we have Game of Spades Topaz. It is okay. The bottle looks nice, man. The bottle looks nice. It is white, but also clear. It does look like a little bit of a sus liquid. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't want to be too specific, but the bottle, it looks weird, man. It looks weird. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, man, this smells really nice. First off, the first thing I smell is something really clean, like a really clean laundry. And so I had to do my research and actually see if this one clones anything, and apparently it is inspired by Initial Musk Therapy, which I'm gonna be honest, I have tried that one in store and it didn't impress me that much. I am a fan of the note of musk, but that one did not, like, it wasn't anything interesting for the price tag. But I don't remember smelling it like this, man, so I would have never guessed. I would have never taken that guess. And so I guess if you want a more stronger version, a little bit more interesting version of Initial Musk Therapy for, I believe I paid below $80, and this one is not a bad option. Like I said, really clean and floral, a little bit floral and some citruses in there. Really smooth too. It does not feel like it's gonna project like crazy. It's not gonna scream for attention. This is one of those that you wear to just smell clean, kind of like a Prada L'Homme, you know, something subtle and nice. Does not smell masculine at all too, so definitely unisex for both genders. So not a bad one, man, not a bad one. Game of Spades Topaz definitely ending it off on a good note. Might be controversial, but I think I'm gonna enjoy this one a little bit more over Game of Spades Double Bonus, man. I'm gonna be honest, man, I think I'm gonna enjoy it a little bit more, so I'm gonna give it like a 7 out of 10. I really do like this one, and the fact that it is inspired by Initial Musk Therapy, which I don't believe has as many clones as like other fragrances out there, then that is a big plus. You know, Game of Spades usually goes for the boring Bond number 9, the Louis Vuitton. I want to see some more brands getting that representation and getting inspired by fragrances. So not a bad one, man, not a bad one to end it off. A 7 out of 10 for Game of Spades Topaz. But yeah, man, these are the 4 brand new fragrances that have released. I finally have them all. And yeah, if you want to sample these colognes before you commit to a full bottle, smellbettersamples.com. The link is in the description. Let me know which cologne you're looking forward to the most to trying out. You can follow me on TikTok too. Thank you for watching. Just smell better.